Good day. We are now on our next topic on our series of hematologic pathologic conditions. And our topic for this day is pernicious anemia. Pernicious anemia, class, is a nutritional condition and sometimes also a metabolic condition in which a person would have to have deficiency in vitamin B12. Our body, of course, needs nutrients, macro and micronutrients. Among others, perhaps we need calcium, we need sodium, we need magnesium, we need iron, we need vitamin B9, we need vitamin B12. But for purposes of pernicious anemia, we will be talking about the effects of having had less amounts of vitamin B12 in the body. This begins, class, with the concept that our red blood cell, and of course, inside it is hemoglobin, is designed to survive for about 120 days. So our red blood cell lifespan is 120 days. After 120 days, well, mamatay gud na ang red blood cell o iyaha. So that you will have to form a brand new red blood cell. Mabitang moingon sila nga donate blood, donate blood. Ngano mo donate man ta og blood, class? Because as we donate our blood, our body will be forced to create a brand new and a fresh blood. But if we lose a blood, even a single cell, our body must replenish it with a brand new one. Okay? Our body must replace it with a brand new one. So, kung magamay ang atoang red blood cell or magamay ang atoang hemoglobin because perhaps namatay or ni-decrease or naaba kay bleeding, especially in women, no? Nag-menstruate ba ron ang babae? Or siguro nag-toothbrush ka, pag toothbrush nimo, nasamad nimo imuhang gums, nagdugo. Or nag-shave pa ka, na-disgrasya, nasamad ka or anything. You lose blood. How does the body react? Our body reacts by attempting to produce a brand new one. When you lose one, we produce one. Ana, gid na, balance gid na. But the question is, giyon sa man na pag-ilis sa atong lawas every time we lose blood. Our brain senses any loss of blood. As a result, this will trigger our kidneys to release what we call erythropoietin. So it is the kidney which secretes erythropoietin, which on the other hand will cause the bone marrow to produce our stem cells, to produce our blood cells, to produce our blood cells. Now, it is therefore imperative that our kidneys must work. Our kidneys must secrete erythropoietin para si bone marrow nato mohimo og mga bag-o nga mga cells, platelets, WBCs, red blood cells with hemoglobin in it. Meaning to say, unsa day mahitabo sa usa ka tawo, class, kung guba ang imuhang kidney. Let's say guba imong kidney. Would there be an organ that secretes erythropoietin? Di ba wala? So you would notice, class, that in patients who have chronic kidney disease, kanang mga nagdialysis na, usa sa ilahang tambal nga atong ihatag nila on a weekly basis is erythropoietin. Because erythropoietin cannot be naturally produced by their kidneys anymore following the chronic disease of their kidney. So mao na naghatag ta og erythropoietin, isagol pa gani na siya, class, sa machine or i-inject na siya nato subcutaneously ang EPOGEN or erythropoietin. Now, yes, bone marrows will produce blood cells every time there is erythropoietin. But the blood cell that is being produced by the bone marrow at this juncture, class, is one that is immature. Meaning to say, we need to have certain nutrients in the body to make this mature. And what are these nutrients? These nutrients, class, are iron and vitamin B12. Meaning to say, ang immature cells nga giproduce sa bone marrow, kung naay iron, kung naay B12, mahimo na siyang mature. Meaning to say, therefore, class, that our body needs iron and vitamin B12 for the maturation of the red blood cells. In the absence of iron, for example, we develop iron deficiency anemia. And in the absence of vitamin B12, we develop pernicious anemia. Pernicious anemia, once again, is a condition where the body has deficient amounts of vitamin B12, leading to the formation of an immature red blood cell. Now, how does an immature red blood cell look like? So if the red blood cell is immature because of the absence of vitamin B12, then we form red blood cells that are large. We form red blood cells that are immature. And we form red blood cells that are fragile. And we form red blood cells that are dysfunctional. Okay? So an immature red blood cell, as it spreads in our system, is one that is large. We call it macrocytic. Hence the name pernicious anemia or megaloblastic anemia, because this is a macrocytic cell. Dagko. They are immature, they are fragile, and they are dysfunctional. So having said that, class, our immature red blood cells are, once again, unsa to sila? They are large, of course, immature. Then we have fragile, and we have dysfunctional. Okay. So unsa may epekto kung ang imuhang red blood cell is immature, it is large, it is fragile, and it is dysfunctional. Una na diha, class, when they are immature or when they are fragile, from the word fragile, dali siyang mubuto. They are short-lived. Mamatay sila dayon. So, when red blood cells are fragile, they could have developed premature hemolysis. So, mubuto dayon siya. Di ba ang sabot 120 days? Pero sa may nahitabo kung fragile or dysfunctional ang red blood cell, mamatay siya even before the 120 days. So as a result, what would happen? There would have to be a release of bilirubin. And when the body takes out bilirubin at a slower rate compared to the very fast hemolysis, then this will lead to what we call jaundice. Okay? So, kung daghan ang magsigig kamatay, kay sayo man mamatay ang red blood cell, daghan pod ang bilirubin nga ma-produce sa lawas. And when bilirubin production is faster than the ability of the body to get rid of them, then jaundice develops. Let's talk about this, class. When a red blood cell die, di ba mugawas ang iyang component? What does it contain? Di ba na siya hemoglobin? When hemoglobin dies as well, together with the red blood cell, this will have to break down into two components. What are these two components? Hemi and globin. Globin, class, is a protein. It is usable to the body, therefore we will absorb this and use this again for the benefit of the body. Because after all, it's a good protein. How about hemi? Hemi will be further broken down into two, namely your iron and unconjugated bilirubin. So you see, every red blood cell DI is comprised of iron, such that kung wala kay iron, kuwang ang imuhang ingredients to make a complete red blood cell and a complete hemoglobin. So when the hemi breaks down, you release iron and you release unconjugated bilirubin. What should we know about unconjugated bilirubin? Moingon gani kag unconjugated bilirubin, class, dili na nimo mapagawas gikan sa lawas. It has to be first converted by the liver para mahimo na siyang conjugated bilirubin. And once bilirubin is conjugated, it can now be excretable from the body. Mao bitaw na, class, nga ang tae yellow, ang ihi yellow. Ngano man na? Because it is the bilirubin pigment that is excreted out of the body, giving the urine and the feces the yellow color. So, tanawa, kung guba ang imong atay, you will learn later on, liver cirrhosis, hepatitis, ma-convert pa nimo ang unconjugated to conjugated? Dili, kay guba man ang imong atay. Meaning to say, unconjugated or unexcretable remains unexcretable. And because it is unexcretable, the question is, muyelo ba ang tae? Muyelo ba ang ihi? Dili. There will be changes in the color of feces and urine in a patient with a liver problem. Mao na moingon ta, ang tae clay colored, ang ihi tea colored. Asa mang yellow? Wala yellow. Ngano man, wa lagi ka nakapagawas. Ngano man, guba man ang atay. Ngano di ay, ang atay lagi ang mo convert sa dili mapagawas into something nga pwede na mapagawas. From unconjugated to become conjugated. Look at our newborns. Di ba ang atong newborns magdag, mag-jaundice, mag-yellow, pero unsay sulti ni Doc, okay ra na. Unsay sulti ni nurse, okay ra na ma'am. Dili na siya problema. If the jaundice exists within the first few days of life, nganong okay man na, gayelo akong anak, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, yelo kayong akong anak, nabalaka ko Doc, ni ana ang mama, ni ana ang papa. Unsay sulti ni Doc, unsay sulti ni nurse, okay ra na ma'am, ibuwad lang na siya sa init, sayo sa buntag. Nganong ingon ana man? Why do we call it normal? Why do we consider it normal? Because all newborns are born with immature liver. Maubitang ibuwad sa init para ang enzyme sa liver mo mature. So the liver of a newborn is not one nga na cancer, is not one nga na liver cirrhosis, na hepatitis, dili man. Dili man guba ang atay sa newborn. Ang atay sa newborn, di pa lang mature, di pa lang niya kaya i-convert ang unconjugated bilirubin to become conjugated. So class, my point is, jaundice happens when red blood cells die, especially when the bilirubin production or the unconjugated production exceeds the ability of the liver to conjugate or exceeds the ability of the body to get rid of them. So kung tanawo nimo class, if the red blood cells are immature, usa sa karakteristik niya, fragile. And because they are fragile, they die prematurely. As a result, mas daghan ang bilirubin nga masikrit sa lawas. Mas daghan pa kaysa kaya sa atong atay nga ipa-excrete. So jaundice results. And when jaundice happens, they are first visible in the sclera of the eyes because our eyes are white. Mas dali makita ang mancha kung puti ang sinina. Mas dali makita ang jaundice kay puti ang sclera of the mata. Number 2, because our red blood cells die prematurely, sige man sila kamatay, would it be logical to say nga magkuwang na putag red blood cell ani? Diba? That's why you call this anemia. Because sige man siya kamatay, inikamatay nila, di mo kuwang na lang sila. Diba? Dapat 4 to 6 million cells. 4 to 6 million pa ba kaani kung sige kamatay ang imuhang red blood cell because they are fragile, they are short-lived. So maubos gyud na ang imuhang red blood cell. Now, kung maubos imuhang red blood cell, unsay resultas imong dagway? Magluspad. And we call that class as pallor. And with a reduction in the red blood cell, aside from this pallor, our body compensates by increasing the number of times our heart attempts to beat. So our heartbeat and our respiratory rate will have to increase as the body's attempt to compensate for the poor amounts of oxygenation in the body following the poor amounts of hemoglobin. Red blood cells that are immature are likewise large. Dako. So kung dako ang imong red blood cell, problema ni. Nganong dagko man na sila, sir? Dagko sila, class, because there are some problems in the DNA synthesis of the red blood cell by reason of the lack of vitamin B12. So karon ang pangutana, kung dagko sila, sir, unsa may epekto ana niya sa lawas? Ang dagko maglisod nag-agi kung ang agianan nimo gamay. Diba? Kung ang truck dagko, ang kalsada gamay, problema gyud na kayo. That is what happens here. When your red blood cells are megaloblastic in pernicious anemia, when your red blood cells are macrocytic in pernicious anemia, they would have problems in passing through microvascular areas. As a result of these microvascular areas, for example, sa imuhang dila, kanang dila, class, our tongue, they have papillae. Inanay mga papillae din ha, ibabaw sa atong dila. On top of our dila are papillae. Ang problema, these papillae are microvascular. And because they are microvascular, do you think makasulod ang dagko nga red blood cell? Dili. And because no blood flows to the papillae of the tongue, they atrophy, they die. And as they die, munipis ang imong dila. That's why your dila becomes glossy. Munipis ang imong dila, mahimo siyang shiny or glossy. And aside from that, because nipis siya, the blood vessels are readily visible to the outside. And because the blood vessels are readily visible to the outside, they appear red. That's why, class, basta pernicious anemia, you would notice a beefy red tongue. Beefy red tongue. And that is the pathognomonic sign of a patient with pernicious anemia. Kay balumo nga naa siya'y pernicious anemia, kay naa siya'y beefy red tongue. This happens because the blood vessels are visible to the eye, kay ang dila ninipis. Nganong ninipis man ang dila? Kay ang papillae nga naghapin sa dila, nagkanipis, kay nagka-atrophy, nagkamatay. Ngano man, microvascular ang papillae, macrocytic ang imuhang red blood cell sa pernicious anemia. Another thing also, class, let us remember that vitamin B12 does not just participate in the formation of red blood cell. It is also responsible for the formation of the myelin sheath of the nerve. So it's best to say B12 participates in nerve health. Unsa may participation niya sa atuang nerve health? Siya ang responsible para muhimo sa atuang myelin sheath. Unsa man ang myelin sheath? Kung kakita mo wire, class, sulod sa wire is copper. Sa gawas is an insulation or rubber ba na siyang material? I do not know. Kanang ito, look at our cable wire now. Kung imo nang gision, makakita kag copper sa sulod, pero para di ta makurintihan, na siya insulator nga itong nga murag rubber. That is how it looks inside among our nerves. Ang atong nerves, class, naapod na siya'y sheet, a fatty tissue, mura siya og covering sa ato ang wiring, gitawag na siya og myelin. Ang problema is nawagtang ang myelin covering because ang mohimo sa myelin covering is vitamin B12. Unya, unsa may problema sa atong pasyente? Wala lagi siya vitamin B12. So simple ra, no? By reason of the absence of vitamin B12, the myelin sheath or the one that covers our nerves are lost. Okay? We cannot produce that anymore. As a result, kung kuwangan ka og myelin sa imuhang nerves, mura kag kurinti nga nag-agi sa tayaon nga copper. So what will happen if the electrical current in our neurons would have to pass through a rusty copper? Do you think ang flow of electricity would be as fast? So there would now have to be delayed, no? There would now have to be a delayed flow in the electricity causing problems in memory. Okay? Causing problems in so-called brain fog. Oh. Mag-brain fog ka, mag-memory loss ka, or muhinay ang imuhang intellect. Okay? Nga naman, kay ang imuhang kurinti, ang dagan sa kurinti sa utok, mura siyang nag-agi sa copper nga tayaon because of the absence of myelin. And if ang ato ang mga wires, class, walay hapin, di ba magka-short circuit sila? Okay? Mura siyang magkurintihay sila. As a result, we experience tingling sensation. Tingling or numbness in our periphery or in our nerves. And because it participates in nerve health, this could affect our balance. And worst, class, by absence of vitamin B12 affecting our nerve health, this could lead to a worst case of cognitive impairment. So this is the picture, class, of a patient with pernicious anemia. A patient with pernicious anemia is one whose red blood cells cannot mature because of the absence of vitamin B12. As a result, the red blood cells are large, macrocytic, fragile, short-lived, and dysfunctional. Because they are large, there is a problem in allowing the red blood cell to flow through microvascular areas such as those papillae in our tongue, leading to atrophic changes on this area. Mao nang murag na hamis ang imuhang dila. And aside from nahamis, ninipis. So klaro kaayo ang blood vessel from the dila, resulta pink kaayo. Beefy red tongue. Because they are fragile, they are short-lived. And as they die fast, they produce bilirubin fast. And when bilirubin production is greater than the ability of the body to get rid of them, then what results is jaundice. And they are first visible in the sclera of the eyes. When red blood cells die fast, their numbers go low. That's why we call it as anemia. And low levels of these red blood cells could lead to pallor. And as our body compensates, our heart rate increases and our respiratory rate increases. Vitamin B12 is not only responsible for the maturation of red blood cell, they are also responsible for our nerve health. And with loss of vitamin B12 means the loss of myelin sheath, the covering, the layer that covers our neurons. And absent these coverings would lead to slowed functioning. That's why na kay memory loss, na kay brain fog, and cross-circuit, magkinurintihay, mag-spark siya kunuhay, leading to feelings of numbness and tingling sensations, loss of balance, and worse, cognitive impairment. So kanita ng class, asa man na to mabasol? Mabasol na to because the levels of vitamin B12 in the body is low. Let's answer the question. Ngano man pod low ang imuhang vitamin B12? Vitamin B12 class is low either in two ways. One, it could be caused by poor diet. Or two, it could be caused by the absence of intrinsic factor. When the vitamin B12 is low by reason of absence of B12 in the diet, we call this class as a dietary B12 deficiency. Again, dietary B12 deficiency. Kung diet ra ang kuwang. So, sa may atong mabuhat ani class, baka na og foods that are rich in vitamin B12, mo inom og tablitas nga naay vitamin B12. So, asa man po na makita ang vitamin B12, sir? Pinaka-common class, mga clam, no? Atay, baka, manok, baboy, dairy products. Kana sila, these are rich salmon. These are rich sources of vitamin B12. Kana kung ang problema kay di ra ka mukaon aning mga pagkaon na, but that's very rare. Ang common cause of vitamin B12 deficiency class is the absence of intrinsic factor. So timan-ana ninyo ha, intrinsic factor. Unsa man ang intrinsic factor? Intrinsic factor is a condition is an enzyme that is secreted by the gastric parietal cells. So ang imong gastric parietal cells mo secrete na siya og acid, mo secrete na siya intrinsic factor. So karon, when there is no such secretion from the gastric parietal cells, then your vitamin B12 cannot be absorbed. Otherwise stated, bisan pag mukaon kag 1 million ka vitamin B12, kung wala kay intrinsic factor nga mukuyog niya, it can never be absorbed by the small intestines. To illustrate that class, okay, if this is your esophagus, this is your stomach, and this is your small intestine. Surrounding your stomach class are the so-called gastric parietal cells. So nakay gastric parietal cells surrounding your stomach. What does this gastric parietal cell secrete? It secretes acid and it secretes intrinsic factor. Kinsa nag-secrete og intrinsic factor? Gastric parietal cells. Now, do we need intrinsic factor? Yes, because B12 can only be absorbed at the level of the small intestine if the vitamin B12 binds with the intrinsic factor. So, unsa man kay hinungdan class nganong wala siya intrinsic factor, wala siya gastric parietal cells? Pinaka-common na din ha class is your gastrectomy. gastrectomy. Removal of a portion or removal of the entire stomach. You call it as gastrectomy. So kung wa kay tiyan, stomach, wa kay gastric parietal cells. O wa kay gastric parietal cells, wala kay vitamin B12. Wala kay intrinsic factor. Kung wa kay intrinsic factor, dili maabsorb ang imuhang vitamin B12. So, moingon gani kag pernicious anemia, intrinsic factor na siya, class. Pero moingon gani kag dietary B12 deficiency, wa ra ka ni kaon. It's important to distinguish the two because the management is different. In deficient vitamin B12 nga condition, pakanon ra na nimo. Ang pernicious anemia, bimangutana ko ninyo, Section E, 3E. Kung naakoy pernicious anemia, would it be best to advise the patient to take foods rich in vitamin B12? Yes or no? Naay sa 3, ningon yes, naapoy ningon og no. Well, the answer is no. Nga naman, class, bisan palagi 1 million ka vitamin B12 rich sources akong kaonon. Kung wa gyud ko'y intrinsic factor, di gyud gihapon na nako maabsorb. That's why, for dietary deficiency, pakana. But for pernicious anemia, intramuscular injection of vitamin B12 because the body cannot absorb it via the small intestine without the intrinsic factor. So ihatod na lang na dritsus dugo, ayaw na lang nag-iagi small intestine. Mo na ang management sa pernicious anemia, class, is lifelong injection intramuscular of vitamin B12. So this was the discussion. Pernicious anemia is caused by loss of intrinsic factor, or deficiency in vitamin B12 could be caused by poor intake, but you have to distinguish that again, ha? Ang loss of intrinsic factor is treatable only by IM injection, but poor intake is treatable by intake of the foods. But regardless of the causes, intrinsic factor or lack of food intake, there will always be lack of vitamin B12. And when you lack vitamin B12, 1, macrocytic, large. 2, fragile, short-lived. 3, dysfunctional. Mauna atong discussion ganina. Unsay resulta? Luspad, jaundice, increased RR, and microvascular area, magka-beefy red tongue. Ang mata po di ko, no, microvascular. So when there's no blood flow to the eyes, there could be vision loss. Remember, tungod ni kay macrocytic ang atoang red blood cell. Dagko ang red blood cell, pero pino ang ugat sa mata. Parehos sa mga papillae sa dila. Then you will have neurologic manifestations. Now, how do we diagnose pernicious anemia? We diagnose it first by CBC. Unsa may makita nato sa CBC? Anemia, low ang imuhang red blood cell. Imong blood smear, pwede ka magkuha red blood cell, imong pintalan. Unsa may makita nimo didto? Dagko, macrocytic ang imuhang pernicious anemia. And we do gastric analysis which reveals poor acid production. Sir, nganong apil man ni sir sa pernicious anemia? O, balika. Unsay sulti dire? Ang imong tiyan na ay gastric parietal cells. Ang gastric parietal cells mohimo og 1, acid, 2, intrinsic factor. Sa pernicious anemia, unsay problema? Wala kay intrinsic factor. So kung wa kay intrinsic factor, si intrinsic factor ba dapat wala? Apil pod si acid wala, di ba? Because intrinsic factor and acids are released by one and the same structure, the gastric parietal cells. Otherwise stated, class, kung wa kay gastric parietal cell, natural, wa kay intrinsic factor. Pero ay ko ingna na kay acid. Wa gyud pud kay acid, kay pareho raman silang source. That's why, wa man ni siya intrinsic factor, tanaw nato ang iyang acid. Kay kung naa siya acid, imposible nga wa siya intrinsic factor. Basig di ra gyud siya mukaon og B12 foods. Ba? Kay kuyog gyud na ang acid ug ang vitamin B12. That's why we do gastric analysis. And the hallmark, and the golden rule in assessing pernicious anemia, in diagnosing pernicious anemia, is your so-called Schilling's test. Unsa man ang Schilling's test? Ang Schilling's test, class, is one where our patient will be given vitamin B12 nga radioactive. Imno na niya, human, mangihi siya within 24 hours, ato tong tanawon, musiga man to, kay radioactive man to. Tanaw na to ang ihi, kung naabay daghang nagsiga. Moinom ko tablitas B12 nga musiga, radioactive. Pag inom na ko, kuhaan na kong ihi 24 hours. Human, i-analyze akong ihi, tanaw na to, musihag ba ning iyahang ihi? Pag tanaw na to sa ihi, pirting hayaga, murag neon colored ang ihi. Unsa may pasabot? Nigawas ba sa ihi ang B12 or wala? Nigawas sa B12. Nigawas sa ihi ang imong B12. Meaning to say, na-absorb sa lawas? Wala. Wala. Wa ni mo na-absorb kay naadi ay kay pernicious anemia. The absence of intrinsic factor. So the question now is, as nurses, what can we do to help patients with pernicious anemia? Number one, we advise them for an IM injection of vitamin B12, not orally. Kay kung oral again, bisag 1 million pa na ka clam imong ipakaon. Bisag usa ka dump truck nga atay sa baboy imo ipakaon or sa manok or sa baka. Kung wa kay intrinsic factor, iihi ra gihapon na nimo parehas sa Schilling's test. Number two, if ubos na gyud kaayo ang iyang dugo, assist in blood transfusion. And advise the patient that she should monitor her health, especially that a person with pernicious anemia is a person at risk for having gastric cancer. Before we end, let's do some practice test. Let's do some practice test or answer some previous board questions. Okay, let's answer some questions. Okay. Question. Which symptom is characteristic of pernicious anemia compared to other types? Most characteristic. What makes pernicious anemia distinct from all others? Ingon ang usa ka section. Fatigue and pallor. Is fatigue and pallor exclusive to pernicious anemia? In fact, you can see this in patients with iron deficiency anemia. Di ba? Common. Tachycardia and palpitation. Palpitation is not much, but tachycardia could be a manifestation of some other anemia because that is how our heart compensates. Glossitis and paresthesia. Weight loss and anorexia. So the answer of section 3E, batch 2020, RNs 2020, 7 jud mo? 7. RNs 2027, section 3E, is the answer niyo? See, okay, 1 point na sila. 499 na lang ilang ansiran sa board exam. The nurse anticipates that Maria's long-term management will include, unsa may atong management, long-term, oral, vitamin B12, mao nito bag sa uban, ganina, nasayop diya ito ganina, no? So, dili oral, kay bisan pag 1 million lagi atong ipakaon, kung wa kay intrinsic factor, ra gihapon nimo. The same thing sa nahitabo sa Schilling's test. IM, B12, pwede? Hatag ag iron. Pernicious anemia, tambal iron. Wa pa ni maayo, no? Wa pa ni siya maayo. Pernicious anemia, gipainom og iron. Nasa tanaw ninyo, ani? Wa ni maminaw sa lecture. Di ni subscriber, no? Short-term folic acid therapy. Okay, so our answer should be letter? Very good, very good. Letter B. Okay? Maria, post-gastrectomy o gitangtangan og tiyan. Kung tangtang kag tiyan, tangtang parietal cells. Tangtang parietal cells, tangtang acid, tangtang intrinsic factor. Will I be cured of this condition? Maayo pagkakugwa na ko'y tiyan. Ingon siya nga, maayo ra ka ma'am. Mubalik ra na siya after a few months. Kanang, mubalik imong tiyan after a few months? B, di na baya ma'am. You will need lifelong injection of vitamin B12. Or C, you should take injections kung magluya ra ka ma'am. Magpa-inject ka, maluya gani ka ma'am, pa-inject. Murag magpali, murag naluya kay nagpa-inject, murag ana siguro na. Or nagluya, kung magluya, magpa-inject. Okay. Letter D, your condition will go away basta kaon lang. So, ano sa may answer ni 3? Okay, letter B is the answer. Okay? Which nursing diagnosis is most appropriate for Maria's current condition? What is the most appropriate? Unsa may problema? Gas exchange? Baga ba ni nga problema? Or maglisod siya lihok kay kuwang siya oxygen? At risk pa siyang infection? Is this a WBC problem? Or fluid volume problem kay nagsige siya pangihi? So what's your answer? Bravo. So it's your activity intolerance. Okay? So, thank you. That ends our discussion on pernicious anemia. Good day.